At this time, the chair recognizes Councilman O. And we get to our presentations. I'm sorry. I got it. This time, the chair recognizes Councilman O, who will present a resolution recognizing the United States Army and representing the Army, Lieutenant General Charles Hooper, and those accompanying him. I would ask the Councilman, please proceed.
Thank you very much for the exception, Council President and Council colleagues. I'm honored to have with us today Lieutenant General Charles Hooper, and he's a little behind his schedule, so he has to leave, but we are honored to have him. Let me just tell you that Lieutenant General Hooper is the director of the Defense Security Cooperation Agency, and by the way, a local person. He's a native of Willingboro, New Jersey. Lieutenant General Hooper is a 3-star general. He served in command and staff assignments in the U.S. Army Armor Center, the 25th Infantry Division, the 82nd Airborne Division, and the United States Army Recruiting Command, among other things. He is a graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point, earned a Master's of Public Administration from Harvard University in 1989, and then returned in 2005 to Harvard University as a senior research fellow. He graduated from the U.S. Army War College, the United Kingdom Ministry of Defense Chinese Language School in Hong Kong. He has earned a Ranger Tab, Expert Infantryman Badge, Senior Parachutist Badge, Air Assault Badge, Army Recruiter Badge, and the French National Defense Medal. He is fluent in Mandarin Chinese and tremendous experience in the international affairs realm. With that, let me just say that today is the 243rd birthday of the United States Army, which was, of course, founded here in Philadelphia. And so with that, let me say that we're pleased to present a resolution recognizing the United States Army for providing for the safety and security of the nation since its creation in the city of Philadelphia 243 years ago.
Whereas the United States Army history in Philadelphia began with the formation of the oldest regiment in Pennsylvania, the 111th Infantry Regiment, founded by Benjamin Franklin on November 21st, 1747. And
whereas at the outset of the American Revolution, the colonies did not have a formal military with one chain of command. Instead, they relied on volunteer troops from militia companies in New England, which were locally led and supported. In the spring of 1775, as these troops prepared to face the British forces, the colonists recognized that they would only sustain a chance of victory if they organized and enlisted the support of all 13 colonies.
And whereas meeting in Philadelphia on June 14, 1775, the Second Continental Congress formed the Continental Army as a means for the 13 unified American colonies to fight the forces of Britain. The troops based in Boston now had federal support. The Second Continental Congress also resolved to form a committee which would draft rules and regulations for the Army, allocated funds to support troops in Boston and New York, and authorized the creation of 10 companies of expert riflemen from Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia to support the existing militia forces in New England. And whereas the United States Army's birthday is celebrated each year on this day, June 14th, and
whereas General George Washington was unanimously elected Commander-in-Chief of the new Army the very next day, and he would lead the colonies to victory and independence. And
whereas, since its inception, the United States Army have developed leaders of character who have gone on to serve the greater Philadelphia area and currently provides more than 150 career paths in art, science, intelligence, combat, aviation, engineering, law, and much, much more. And
Whereas the United States Army and its 1 million soldiers stand watch for the country day and night against all enemies. They are respected around the world for their bravery and vigor, and
whereas from the Revolution to the Civil War to the World Wars to the present day, the City of Philadelphia is thankful for and is proud to support the United States Army. On the occasion of the Army's 243rd birthday, the city remembers those who have sacrificed to serve their nation in the Army and thanks and recognizes the Army veterans who called Philadelphia home today. Now therefore be it
Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Philadelphia hereby recognizes the United States Army for providing for the safety and security of the nation since its creation in the City of Philadelphia 243 years ago, and further resolved that an engrossed copy of this resolution be presented to the United States Army, evidencing the sincere admiration and respect of this legislative body.
And at this time, the chair recognizes Lieutenant General Charles Hooper for remarks.
Thank you, Council President Clark. Councilman O, thank you. Members of the City Council of Philadelphia, distinguished guests, on behalf of the Secretary of the Army, Mark Esper, and the Chief of Staff of the Army, General Mark Milley, I'd like to thank you all for this resolution recognizing the 243rd anniversary or birthday of the United States Army, your Army, an army of the people, by the people, and for the people. An army that represents you, an army that looks like you, representing our people from all corners of this great nation, all races, creeds, backgrounds, genders, an army that right as we speak this day is out protecting you. Philadelphia has supported the United States Army since 1775. And the partnership between Philadelphia and the citizens of Philadelphia and our great Army, and equally important, our veterans, is strong and lasts until this day, and is yet one example of the patriotism and dedication of the people who live in the city of brotherly love. So on behalf of all of our soldiers and civilians, from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank you all for this recognition, which I accept humbly on their behalf. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, we're going to step to the front.
Council, be at ease.